Hey, what's going on, guys? Youngling Jr. Recent news here. Attorneys for George Floyd's daughter sent Kanye West a cease and desist letter over his remarks about his death. You know that he was hosted by, he was on Drink Champs with NRE, Nora, and he goes by Ye, right? So he questioned the cause of George Floyd's death, saying that, making these false statements, believing that he died off of fentanyl, okay? It wasn't Derek Chauvin's knee was clearly wasn't on his neck. That's what he believed, okay, according to his analysis. But we all know this was all publicized all over the world. Looks like Derek Chauvin had his knee on his neck for nearly 9.5 minutes. So it was moving forward. Attorneys for George Floyd's daughter and her mother have sent rapper Kanye West a cease and desist letter demanding that he refrain from commenting publicly about Floyd's death. So, over the weekend, he was on Drink Champs, as like I stated before. Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin, who knelt on Floyd's neck for 9.5 minutes, was convicted of murder. So Chauvin also pleaded guilty to a federal charge of violating Floyd's civil rights. Now, Chauvin's knee wasn't even on his neck like that, according to Kanye West. He said the interview is no longer available on the Drink Champs YouTube page, and one of the hosts of the podcast, rapper Nor, he apologized Monday to the Floyd's family in amid the backlash. Now, the letter dated Tuesday and was sent on behalf of Floyd's daughter, Gianna, and her mother, Roxy Washington, by the Witherspoon Law Group, which the offices were located in Florida, Illinois, Missouri, and Texas. Now, Washington, Gianna, are very distressed and hurt by the allegations that was made. Now, they want to assume, I want to say for right now, $250 million. Now, Mr. Floyd's cause of death was settled through evidence presented in courts of law during the criminal and civil trials that were the results of his ultimately and horrific death. The letter said, nevertheless, you have maliciously made statements that are inaccurate and unfounded, causing damage to Mr. Floyd's estate and his family. So the letter demands that Ye, his attorneys, employees, agents, partners, associates, and representatives refrain from publishing or causing to be published any other audio, video, statement, post, etc. regarding Floyd, his estate, his family, and the circumstances surrounding his death, including but not limited to his manner of death. It also demands that Ye immediately cease and desist and remove the Drink Champs interview on the similar statements regarding Floyd from every social media site, platform, or medium. Representatives for Ye did not immediately return requests for the comment at this particular time. So yeah, this is pretty much like a defamation lawsuit. I already knew this was going to happen one way and another. We know he had that White Lives Matter shirt. Going to the Anti-Defamation League, and I'm like, okay, this is going to be a series of just craziness. And then when he had Candace Owens with him, you know how Candace Owens feels about the George Floyd thing, and believe that Derek Chauvin didn't have a fair trial. Was his knee really on his neck? It's clearly in freaking video in 4K. Like, come on now. This happened way back on May 25th, 2020. It's unfortunate, man. So I'm gonna really see how this is gonna go. This defamation trial here, if this definitely go to court, because this was not only just a national thing, this was an international incident here. People from all over was upset and angry, even though it was a lot of protests in major Democratic cities. But George Floyd, he was murdered. Clearly there. It's no ifs, ands, and buts. We had the trial. It's there for like almost a month. You had the medical personnel that was there. Proving that, hey, even then he did have fentanyl and all this stuff in his system. Even though it's the crazy part about fentanyl, though, it did kill a lot of people. But the thing is, I believe he was under stress. He had his hands behind his back, and he kneed on this. He couldn't breathe. He put his knee on his neck for 9.5 minutes, crushing his windpipe to the point he couldn't breathe. So, and he later died, man, from all that force. So, that we just debunked that. It wasn't that he died due to fentanyl or any type of drugs. But yeah, man. So Chauvin and 3 other officers were charged in the state and the federal court. Y'all remember that? They encountered Floyd on May 25th, 2020, outside a convenience store where he allegedly had used a fake $20 bill to buy cigarettes. Yep. So video of Floyd's death recorded by bystanders spurred global protests against racism and police brutality. Chauvin was sentenced in June 2021. I think you guys know that, 22.5 years in prison after he was convicted of second and third degree murder and second degree manslaughter. Yeah, man. So violating his Floyd's rights. So it already been said and done. You're reinstating, saying the trauma here That's already been settled. You know, even though I believe the George Floyd family, they had like, a $12 million settlement. They had, quite a bit of money, but I mean, no amount of money is going to really go ahead and just justify this, or bring back George Floyd. The fact that, Kanye West, even if he truly feels about that, come on, man, like, you have a national platform. I mean, just keep it to yourself. I don't understand if this man really think before he speaks at the end of the day, man. Then too, he's getting in trouble with these saying anti-Semitic things, online. Okay, I mean, you got most powerful people that's really angry with him. Yes, I understand that Kanye West is a billionaire, so people may think like, okay, he can say whatever you want to say. Nah, like, he pissing off people that's more powerful than him, that controls the media. So you already see what happened to Alex Jones. He got to pay, I think his net worth is like 200 something million. He got to pay over $969 million. Saying that via Sandy Hook. I talked about this, like, the Sandy Hook was a conspiracy. It was fake. So he had he lost his defamation trial. It's crazy, man. So yeah, I think this is very serious. And we're gonna see this moving forward. But that's all we have to say. Y'all like, comment, subscribe, share this video. It's your boy Link Jr. I believe Kanye West may need to get some help, man. For real. That's all we have to say, man. I'm out. Deuces.